show is right in the toilet. We're installing one, as well as a vanity and sink in a newly renovated bathroom. This was bound to happen to us sooner or later.
Hi, I'm Joe Lorario.
And I'm Ed Feldman.
And today we're in Center City, Philadelphia, in a 100-year-old row house where the owner has completely gutted the place and he's doing extensive renovations. And today we're going to be doing what else? A bathroom. Right. Specifically, a vanity and a sink and a toilet.
Hey, here's John Hanson, the contractor on this job. John, why do you let us bother you like this?
He likes it. John, in a renovation like this, what can the homeowner do to help?
Well, the owner can help with demolition and fixture removal and then installation of the new fixtures and with painting and caulking. The plumbing and electrical stuff should be left to a professional.
Hi, this is Dave Chassie, our plumber friend. How you doing, Dave?
Good.
I see you roughed in the water lines for the vanity. What'd you use?
We used copper type L for domestic water. We put in the hot and the cold.
Copper, that's a metal, right? CU on the periodic table, and L, 12th letter in the alphabet. What about the waste?
We used ABS piping.
ABS, that's a kind of a plastic?
Right.
Now you have options. You could have used PVC, right?
PVC, copper.
PVC, polyvinyl chloride. They make Barbie dolls out of it, too. Is this to code?
I'm quite comfortable.
No. The other guy will get mad if you get laughs. No, is it to code?
Yes, it's definitely roughed in for code.
Okay, consult your local listings or your local plumbing supply people.
Hey.
Oh, that flakeboard's hard, isn't it?
Here we have the vanity base, and it's beautifully constructed out of birch, solid birch, the drawers and the door. And it's got a classic cherry finish on it.
Let us reveal. Ooh, like lovely Carol Merrill.
Feels like that when a lumbago patch comes off.
A one-piece sink top made of plastic will fit over the top of this.
There it is right there.
But first step is to cut the holes in the bottom of the base for the waste and water feed lines to come through.
So let's go measure.
If William Burroughs was a plumbing contractor, this is how he'd work.
He did lunch.
We know that the vanity and sink top are going to go flush against this wall and flush against the back wall.
Righto. But we got to allow for at least a ½ inch on the side because the countertop or the sink itself is a ½ inch bigger than the base cabinet.
So let's measure out from this
Measure to there.
side
What
wall.
you got there? 25 3/4. Got that down. Measure to each pipe from the side and back walls. Always measure to the center of each pipe.
Now we'll just transpose these numbers onto the floor of the vanity, make our marks, and then cut it out with a keyhole saw.
Oh, there we go. Use your goggles when you're cutting. Otherwise, something might go in your eye. Here's a keyhole saw, and we're going to cut the big hole first, and then we'll cut the two smaller holes. So I have to go inside here, position this. Oh, gosh. There we go. Ready? It's a good idea to lay a piece of plywood down on your floor to protect it before sawing through the vanity bottom. Now I have to change the bit to the, for the smaller holes, I'm going to use the 1-inch spade bit. Now, these holes are a little ratty around the edges. Now, you can cover them with an escutcheon if you want, but there's going to be so many, it's going to be a wash in here with you know, cleaners and salves and bowl cleaners, so you're really not going to see the rattiness of those holes. You know what it looks like. Go run now and look at your own. I'll put this in here. Here we go. Oh, look at that. Here comes the vanity.
You want to know something funny?
What?
I got a TV show, so I wouldn't have to do this kind of work anymore.
Joke's on you, eh? I wanted to work with the gold diggers. Come on, to me. Where you going? Put it in there.
There you go. Ah, here it comes. You're going to have to reach down in there and finagle
Wait a minute, I
that,
can open the door, see, because the door's still open.
and just pull
Look at
that. Ah, it fits like a glove.
Oh! It's time to attach the base cabinet now to the wall, and you know you want to find the studs. We know the studs are 16 on center, so we send the tape measure in here, and here's your 16 right here.
Make a little mark.
Right, now the backsplash is going to be there, so you don't have to worry about it. We've got 32 right here, okay? So those are your marks. And now we'll get down here and get the screws. We've got 2.5-inch sheetrock screws. And we'll just eye it up right here, and we should.
Yeah, that's a stud, all right.
It sure be.
Here's a tip. When screwing into a stud, lubricate the screw first. It'll go in much easier.
Now that's a pretty sound.
When we come back, we'll be putting the sink on. Oh.
Next, home makeovers done right on home Saturday.
Back at our 100-year-old row house in Philadelphia.
And we're doing our bathroom extravaganza.
We've put in the vanity base already.
And now we're putting in the sink top. It's a one-piece sink top. It's got a backsplash already, so the backsplash doesn't have to be installed after the sink's installed.
No seams.
It's seamless. It seems that way.
Yes, and look, this is the last time I'll be able to do this without being skeeved. Because soon it'll be covered with hair.
Now the good tip is to install the fixtures before you install the top to the base cabinet.
Right, then you can lift the whole thing in because, again, we forgot the miniaturization ray that would have allowed us to work underneath.
That was your fault.
Look, the hot water control. Well, it doesn't say H, but we're going to put it on the left side, so it will be the hot water control. Here's the feed for the faucet, and here's the feed for the water supply. We're going to have to push it down through the little hole in the sink top, so we want to take off any extraneous pieces. Goodbye for a while.
For the kids. This is a gasket. It's a watertight seal, see? And it fits right underneath here. Goes right into this flange, right on here.
Flange.
Pack it right in there, and now we're ready to go. Hey, Flash Gordon.
Paul Simon.
Now we want to put this into the sink. Push it down. Put this in. Now the control, you see the control?
On.
Off. Off. We're going to angle it back a little bit because when the shaft is in here of the spigot, that spigot with a G-O-T,
You got it.
you got to turn this and it would bang into the spigot.
So
If you
angle it out.
So we're angling it that way. That's how it's going to fit in. This is Mr. Spigot or Mr. Faucet. And there's, like the controls, there's also a gasket here, see? The gasket slips on, fits into this little recess. Whoa, look, it almost fell out. And this, what is this? Is the skewer for the scallop or the small shrimp or even the small cherry tomato. No, it's actually a piece of brass and it fits into here. What this is the trap control. And that's all it is. And it fits right into this hole, right in between your hot and your cold.
Oh.
Now we're going to attach the fixtures
Look, he's got brass ones.
using a washer, square washer, and a nut.
Hey, Stu, you looking at?
This goes underneath here.
And you got to get under there, and it's good if you have dainty fingers, but we have fat ones, so you have to
And they ain't
struggle a
working
lot.
with yours under there.
All right, I'll move my fingers out.
When you got everything finger tightened, you want to flip it up on its side and tighten it all up real good with your channel locks.
Channel locks, I love channel locks. Infinitely adjustable wrenches that all plumbers in the world use.
I used to play dinosaur with them.
Oh, it's getting tight. Gee, I sure hope this works.
Whoa!
The Cheshire Plumber. Actually, it's the water feed tube. It's plastic. We can bend it, and we're going to connect the hot water control to the spigot right there. And this, of course, as we all know, is pipe dope. And what is it? It's lovely blue stuff that when spread here will make a watertight seal. Look at that. Use the nozzle to spread it around, and now screw it right in there. Make sure it's nice and tight. After it's finger tight, get your wrench. You know what a wrench is. It's where Jewish cowboys live. Or an adjustable spanner to our British friends.
Oh. Hey, here's the pop-up assembly. It's the drain, yes. Now we gotta seal this before we put it into the sink. And we're gonna use, look, a little Brontosaurus. See?
It's putty.
This is a putty, and it's a sealant. And you want to make this, give a nice ring in the inside of the drain. Cover. And we'll just go around this, like that there. See that? Isn't that neat?
That's a watertight seal.
We leave that there.
I've seen one.
Now we have a tube of some other kind of stuff here.
Pipe dope.
Yeah, that's it. And you want to put this on the inside. This goes underneath the sink, right here. But before you put it on, you want to seal it, and that's what the job of this stuff is. And you just want to put a little ring around it.
Ring around it.
It's like the toothpaste. You got to get it. There we go.
Oh, con gleam.
Kind of like grooming clean. Now you have to make sure that this is sticking up when you put it in. So I'll put this here.
That goes to the trap.
Right. And now this, what I done sealed with the putty, right, is going to go in here.
Reach around. Have some
I have the common decency to have a reach around. There you go. And with the channel locks, we want to tighten this thing up. Let's try to finger tighten it a little bit more. There we go. And what will happen is that putty will all ooze out, and we'll be able to
cut it away.
Cut the excess away. There you go. What's this?
That's what rich people have in the middle of their toilet paper rolls.
Solid chrome. This is the tailpiece. Comes on the underside of the sink. We're going to make a watertight seal on this too, but I'm not going to use the pipe dope. I'm going to use a Teflon tape to make that watertight seal. And some people prefer using this. And you want to get this on the threads around here, a couple passes. See? Looks great, huh?
Like a bandage.
That's it. And that's what you have right there. And now this will go on into the threads and make that seal. Yeah. Here we are. Nice and slow, Flintstone. That's the way to do it. Nice and slow.
Oh, ugly.
Pop-up assembly.
Nairobi tree.
Now this is the drain trap, so you can keep your hot and cold water in the bowl.
Right, and float your boats.
So, and this is going to pop into here. See that?
But all that is going to happen inside the drain.
Right, so you put that in first.
I'll put that in from the top.
Right.
It's there.
And then we capture this in here.
Oh, I feel it.
And then we put this ring over here, which is just a nut, see?
Yet one more
And
nut.
then over there, tighten that in. And see how this pivots around like a joystick? And then we take this other assemblage piece here, see?
Because we want to control it from the top.
Right, now this goes into the brass catch piece. Remember I said it was a skewer for scallops and stuff? It's not really. You knew that, didn't you?
Well, some of them might not have
Put
known.
this onto this little flange piece here, and right in there, and this come on these. See that? Right there. And then we tighten this up. And now if Ed moves that trap, see?
Yay!
What happens is, you open that and blip, 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 all the water goes out.
Now let's prepare the surface of the vanity base with a little dabs of caulk in the corner, so when we put the sink top on top, it's fastened and it doesn't fly off in a windstorm. Don't sniff this stuff because it'll make you crazy. You'll get dementia pre-caulk. Just a little dab will do you in all corners.
Hey, I got the sink.
Oh, he's strong. He can do it by himself. I'm just gonna...
I did that on purpose.
It's physical comedy. We've done everything we're going to do, but Dave's a plumber and he needs airtime. He's going to hook the water supply up to the sink and specifically do something with this. KSSO, KSSTA. What's this does? What is it?
It's a shutoff valve for the cold and hot water supplies.
Couldn't it be termed a turn-on valve?
It could.
People are sometimes so negative. What does it do?
It shuts off the water to the faucet so that you can do work on it, say it's leaking, something like that, so you're not letting water run all the time.
Dave will solder the shutoff valves onto the water pipes. First, he cleans and roughens the surface to prepare it. He slides on the escutcheons, then applies flux, a material that helps draw the solder up into the joint. Then he heats up that joint and applies the solder.
Dave, what is it?
That's a compression joint.
Times change, huh?
Mm-hmm.
And how does it work?
The nut compresses the tapered ferrule into the pipe, making a watertight seal.
Next comes the supply tubes. Put that pipe dope or Teflon tape onto the threaded connections and then attach it to the hot water fixture with a compression joint. The other end attaches to the shutoff valve with another compression joint. Finger tighten, then tighten with a wrench. Do the same thing for the cold. Achoo! Now the drain pipe connects to the ABS waste pipe and the sink drain with compression joints on both ends. First you finger tighten, then you tighten with the channel locks. Now we're done, thank goodness.
Boy, now is that a vanity white or what?
What?
A vanity
white.
Yeah.
Beautiful fixtures. Hey, Dave, I thought you were done. What
Oh, I
happened?
can't shut the door.
I lost my gun. I had to find it.
Get back in, buddy.
Oh, and just to tell you, Jack Park couldn't even say water closet on TV, and next we're going to do...
But we can say toilet, 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 over and over.
Missing.
There's no place to sit.
It reminds me when I was in solitary.
That's where you should be. Hi, we're doing the toilet. Anybody ever tell you look like Donald Pleasance? Remember the old Outer Limits? The man with the power valve?
No.
Well, what's this?
It's the supply valve for the toilet.
The supply valve. What are the parts on here?
We have the compression fitting here.
Right.
The valve to turn it on and off.
Right.
Scutcheon.
This is discussion.
And the extension tube.
Now this goes onto that copper pipe there.
Right, and we're going to have to cut it off because it's going to be too high to make the connection between. So we're
Okay.
gonna cut it
So you want
off.
me to cut this off? There are a couple of pipe cutters here. It's a bigger one. But for a little pipe like this, you just need a little piece like this. We made a little mark on here. Now how do you know what size to make this? You know?
I usually leave enough room so I can make the solder joint. I mean, you can only go so far.
Okay.
And this toilet's real low, so we're going to have to make it as low as possible.
Just tighten this up a little bit and just turn it. Now after you cut the pipe, there's some burrs around here. See, the burrs are the pieces of metal, little shards of metal that stick out, and they can cut you. And what you have here on the end of this pipe cutter, is it's a burr remover or a Raymond burr remover. So you just stick it in the pipe and you go around like that. And what it does is it peels off those burrs. So you got a nice smooth edge. There, now what do we do next?
Now we have to clean the inside of the pipe with the wire brush.
Just a wire brush that roughens up the inside.
Right, cleans out any
Okay.
defects.
And what's next?
Then we're going to use some flux.
Flux. Now what's flux?
It's a paste that you put on there that helps the solder get drawn in
Okay.
to the joint when you heat it up.
Okay. So something happens when it heats, it actually bonds better?
Right.
Okay.
It draws in. We also have to put it on the pipe over here.
Now we can get the flux out of there, right?
Right. And now we put the pipe on, or the valve, excuse me. And then we're ready to solder.
Cool.
Well, we're done with the soldering, aren't we, Dave?
Yep.
That's true. So the shut-off valve is on, and what's next? You got a big pipe in the floor. What am it?
We have the toilet flange, which is attached to the drain line that goes down to the soil line down the basement. And we have that screwed to the floor because it's going to support the toilet to the floor, actually.
Oh, if there's anything I hate worse than reading a book and having the whole toilet fall over, I don't know what it is. So the bolts slide in those
Yeah, we
slots
have these
there?
little rubber gaskets that hold it in place while you're putting the toilet on, because if not, it'll just fall through the floor.
Okay, so they go in the wide end of the slot.
And then we slide them in there. Then we put the other one in. Push the little holder in.
What comes next, Dave?
Next we put the wax seal in.
Oh, that's a big watertight ring.
Yeah, it seals the toilet to the flange so that nothing leaks out on the floor.
You do a lot of these things?
I did 6 today.
So this would be the 7th seal then?
Yes, it would.
Thanks, babe. There you go.
Thank you.
Hey, we got a toilet seal, but no toilet.
Hey, here comes Joe.
Ah, look. Hey, I can see our careers in there.
Dave, I want to present you with this award.
Really?
Yeah, I was going to load it with fruit, but let's put this down now.
All right.
I'm going to grab that.
Yeah, I got this.
I'll grab this.
Okay. I got it.
Now, once the toilet's down, you want to sit on it so that your body weight compresses that wax seal and makes a tight fit. It squishes and squashes it. Keep your feet off the floor and do this. And then afterwards, you attach the toilet to the floor using some washers and some nuts. Snug it up a little bit. Wipe off all the dirt that's around there. And then put the little cap on. There we go. Now attach the water supply line to the toilet. Put pipe dope on either end and secure with compression joints. Hey, Dave's going down to the basement to turn on the water so we can check for any leaks. And while he does that, I'm going to put on the toilet seat. That kind of rhymes. Look, it's a very easy operation. See these holes back here on the toilet seat? They go right over the holes here, but first you put this gasket down over top of that there, see? Put this right here, see? You got to kind of eye it up. And you drop the bolt into the hole, catching the gasket, see? And then this piece here is your lock nut, piece of plastic, and it goes up underneath. There's a recess under here where the bolt comes out. Oh, let's turn it on now. Ain't that nice and refreshing? I can wash myself all around now. Well, the sink's in, the toilet's in, and the owner's still got to put up some mirrors, and he's got to do some painting and a window, and we'll see that when we come back. I'm washing my hands of all this, I'm telling you.
Gin!
Next, home makeovers done right on Home Savvy.
Today on the show,
Yes, we did.
we put in the sink, the vanity, and it works. And look, and listen.
And some of the things you can
toilet
do
works too.
some of the things you can do yourself, others you'd have to have a professional, like our friend Dave Chassie, the plumber.
The littlest plumber. And look, somebody even put in a mirror and a light fixture. It wasn't us.
Look, here's the before and it's after.
Oh, we got so much accomplished. I even grew my hair longer and changed my shirt.
So until next time, I'm Joe Lorario,
And Yo Tang Ed Feldman
saying, remember, home
is nice.
That's like
So nice.
Let's go in here. Should be off in another 15 to 20 minutes.
All right, well, use this, and we'll both be Colonel Clink. I dropped mine.
I'll do it. It takes me up to the next commercial.
All right, you get out, you get lunch. Have a nice pate. There's a great place right around the corner. Trust me, cornichons are the country pate.